Another video here for anybody who's interested about these AVCs that I was talking about. Um, this is a concept that I came up with to automatically adjust the power going to lights that you hook up to speakers so they don't blow up. It's actually pretty complicated because you turn your volume up and it blows the lights up. So I come up with a couple different ideas. I prefer this motor control one because it gives the best results. I mean, it takes very little voltage for the light to turn on, and it'll stay on without blowing up to very high voltages. So that's why I like using that. And when I was developing it, I came up also with the idea of putting relays into the wiring and having a separate power supply that the speaker would just trigger relays, and then I would put several different voltages of relays into it to have different things come on. But that is a lot more robotic, and it's not as cool because the lights don't have the fade effect that they do with the motor control. I think motor control is definitely the superior way to go, but the ones with the relays were a lot more complicated, I'll tell you that. And I was trying to explain that if you use different types of lights, it will give you different effects. Like the incandescent lights, and using different voltages of them, because your audio system runs on a spectrum of voltage, and the different highs and lows in your music will affect the lights and make them come on differently. LEDs, they flash subtly, and then with the bass they come on and light up real bright, but they kind of like shake. They dim and flicker. And the incandescents will come on, and then they'll like fade to brightness and then fade back down with the highs and lows, and they never quite turn off. But LEDs are a lot more flashy, give you that strobe effect. And when you have them all together with several voltages, it ends up creating a very, very unique type of audio spectrum that you just can't get in a regular, in any mainstream type equipment that you would buy. And if you add a separate amplifier running off your AUX, it not only protects your main amplifier, but it also gives you a separate volume control that you can use to increase or decrease the intensity of the light, and that's not affected by your volume control that you're using to listen to music. So if you're tired of turning it down because your lights are staying on, if it gets too loud, they just get too bright and they just kind of stay on. So you don't want that. It defeats the spectrum. So that's why having a separate volume control can be really useful as far as saving your system, which I've never had a problem with, but I know people are going to say impedance, and also